This is the KRMG Afternoon News with Skylar Cooper.
5:08, time for the BA Breakdown here on the KRMG Afternoon News. We welcome back City Manager Michael Spurgeon. How are you, sir?
Skylar, I'm doing great. Definitely looking forward to visiting you today. Hope your week started well.
Not too bad. I did have a question for you I wanted to pass along. This comes from a conversation we started yesterday on the KRMG Morning News with Dan Potter and Tulsa Mayor Monroe Nichols. And really, Michael, it goes back years because we've asked several previous Tulsa mayors about the highway lights around town because listeners ask us all the time why lights don't work. And so I thought, let's keep that going. And let me ask you for Broken Arrow's side, how does that work out there? When I'm driving home at night, and I get to a certain point in the BA, I realize, okay, I'm in Broken Arrow territory now. Who's responsible for maintaining the working lights on the side of, say, the Broken Arrow Expressway once you're in city limits?
Well, right after I started here back in 2015, somebody made the comment to me that when you're on the BA and you get to the lights, you know you're home. So I've adopted that ever since I've been here. And for the city of Broken Arrow, that was those lights, which are about 3 miles from just east of Aspen all the way to county line. We paid for those to be installed back in around 2000 or 2012, I believe, a little over $200,000. So they're our responsibility. We upgraded the lights to LED about 3 years ago. And if there's ever an issue with those lights, then we're responsible for them. Every now and then they do go out because there's electricity involved and there may be an issue. And when we do, we find out about it. We send a contractor out to actually find out what's going on, troubleshoot it, and then fix them. Are
there lights anywhere else? Like I know the Creek Turnpike on the east side of town goes through. Are those OTA? Do you have any responsibility for those?
Not that I'm aware of. I mean, we do place a very high emphasis on street lighting around the community. In fact, we probably have 50 to 60 requests to PSO right now that we're trying to do additional illumination within the community because obviously it's important for public safety and also for vehicular and folks that are riding bikes. And so we place a very high levels on illumination, I like to call it. So if they are our responsibility, we try to take care of it, get them replaced as soon as we can, especially on the BA. And it's not only is it kind of nostalgic, it's important for public safety.
Let's stay on the roads here as we're talking with Broken Arrow City Manager Michael Spurgeon in the BA Breakdown. You have that new series that's a video series from the city called Driving BA. I think it'd be a lot of fun if we did a BA Breakdown while doing a Driving BA. We could just combine the segments and do that. But let's talk about the one that went out yesterday. I think it's kind of cool. I had dinner on Main Street last night there in the Rose District. I didn't realize that was the first paved road in the city of Broken Arrow. But also that episode yesterday explained kind of how the streets were laid out, how things were prioritized. What do you think people should know from that?
Well, let me just go back and just share this, is that on just about any time the city puts a post up on our Facebook page or other social media platforms, I would say within reason, 50 to 75% chance, no matter what the topic is, especially if it's not a road, somebody's going to make a comment about a road. Reason being is because our roads are worth $600 million. It is the most expensive and important infrastructure we have, followed by water and sewer. And so the notion of Driving BA was a way to not only to look down the road, to also to look where we're at, and then look back in the rearview mirror, so to speak, about what we've accomplished. Because I think we have a responsibility to talk about road improvements, where we're at, what we're going to be planning. And so this whole segment's going to be focused with Charlie Bright, Kenny Schwab, many other staff members, and the city council members, ultimately, just to talk about the road improvements we're making, why we're making them, and how important they are to make sure we get people from point A to point B.
City Manager Michael Spurgeon on with us, and we're running a little late in the hour to begin with, so I apologize for cutting us short, but I do have one more question. I did see that some, I believe this will come up in the council meeting, but some city councilors are headed to Washington, D.C. To represent Broken Arrow. What are they going to be doing?
Actually, they're going to the National League of Cities, which is a national organization that represents the municipalities here across the country. And I'm pleased to say that 4 of the 5 council members, and I'm sure the 5th one will at some point, are actually on many of the boards, and they serve in leadership positions. And what you do, that's where you go in and you develop policies that ultimately make a recommendation to the executive branch and to Congress on what they'd like to see to improve the lives of basically families and businesses within the community. So they'll be up there lobbying Also, we'll be taking our U City Council up there. The seniors actually will get a trip to Arlington as well as to the Capitol and to work with other seniors and juniors from U City Council programs around the country. So it's an annual thing we do. It's 3 or 4 days, and it's a great opportunity to lobby, to learn more about the process. And they'll be talking to our federal delegation about topics that are important to the city of Broken Arrow specifically.
BA City Manager Michael Spurgeon, I thank you for joining us, and I'm glad to have you back. Mayor Wimpy did a great job last week. But
yes.
And I got to admit, last night when I went to dinner, I was looking for you because you and I run into each other on Main Street almost every time I go out to eat. So I was looking for you, but I guess Main Street Tavern wasn't on your menu last night.
Not last night. Kathleen and I had plans last night, but I'll tell you, we should talk about doing a segment and on the Driving BA. I promise to keep both hands on the wheel and basically won't be any violations of the law, but we could do a great segment. I think the folks would really appreciate that. Okay.
It's kind of like James Corden's carpool karaoke, but I don't think you and I should sing. At least I know I won't.
No. We'll basically keep it just to talk.
All right. Sounds good, sir. We'll talk next week.
Have a good week, my friend.